How the hell are you guys feeling? All right, we're getting ready to kick off this panel with Jason Mewes.
I'd like to bring up right now my man from Traumatic Cinematic, the man himself, the myth, the legend, Mr. Lewis Cougill.
That would be me. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Days of the Dead, Saturday. What a great day it is, and we have some special night. We have Mr. Jason Mewes himself. Dude, I wish I did. You can have the purple one.
I wish I did. It doesn't work.
We were going to do a big interview and stuff, but we talked about it, and we're going to do 2 guys, 1 cup. Yeah! 18 and only. Or older. This is going to get nasty. It's going to. You guys in the front. I don't know if you've ever been to a Gallagher show, but that's about what it's about to be. Right?
The cup.
Well, there's a couple things we can do with that.
You're going to try to put it over your head like the glove? Or your balls?
Oh,
cock and balls.
You know, we can get a suction, like put a match in there and get this stuff. You know, like you get a balloon or an egg into a.
Well, they have that thing, yeah. But I'd like to see that. Probably break. But I don't know, what are we going to do? I've never done the moderator. The moderator doesn't work so well for me usually. It's
true.
But I'm not saying I don't want you. No.
Would you rather somebody?
No, I want to see. I'm just saying I usually don't operate with the moderator, so I'm going to be excited to see how this works with the moderator, being you.
I don't know. I'm already feeling bad about it.
Don't feel bad. No, I'm not saying you've already doing well.
The point of the moderator is to ask you questions, maybe things that you don't talk about, like, is that your real hair? I heard you have extensions.
It's real.
Is it real?
Have you heard that for real? Is this true though?
It's the internet. Well, hold on. Somebody tweet that real quick.
No, is it? Have you really heard that though?
Why?
I'm just wondering if that was a real question or if you really heard
he's like
that.
got a shaved head. People don't recognize him. And he puts the J wig on.
No, but people have asked me that, so I wonder if you really had heard that was a rumor or something. Read it on. He said I read Wikipedia, but none of that's true. It says that I write music for like bands and stuff. It's pretty cool. My Wikipedia is way better than I am. It really is.
It took me so long to change art. I forgot to look at it.
Well, if you do look at it at one point, it makes me seem like a much better, more well-rounded person than I am.
Wow, I didn't know.
It says stuff like that. I write for like Somebody, Twisted. I write all their music
Well, at least
and
half
I rap, half of it. It says I play bass, which I don't. It says I play skin flute, which is true. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be the last 20 minutes of the show. Where I suck him off. We said, what would it be like? What would you guys do if you came in here and you just saw me sucking him off for 20 minutes? Would you be able to just sit here and watch him and be like,
Did he come or what?
It'd be awkward, right? I think it would last like 5 minutes.
Especially if they told me ahead of time, because I wouldn't. There's no way I'd make 20 minutes.
That's true. You don't think so? I don't know. I'm
like, oh God, why is it stuck in my fingers?
Looking down.
They are extensions. Oh.
Getting back to that, I forgot. So people have asked that, and it never. The only time I ever wore I wouldn't say extensions. It was a wig.
Penis
Was
extension?
I do have a Merkin extension. That one, Degrassi. I wore a wig, and I love the '90s. Kevin and I did we did the I Love the '90s or what have you, and I did have a wig on that. So I've worn a wig twice. Kevin Smith,
Who?
the moderator. He usually moderates.
Well, you seen another moderator?
He usually comes with me. I usually bring my own moderator, which is
who's
Kevin
that
Smith.
guy? Oh,
The
he
moderator.
didn't talk much.
No, but I wore a wig twice. But it was never in the movies. I'm getting back to that, even though you really weren't asking. Now that I know that.
Wig one day.
No, it wasn't. Let me see your handle. What do you guys want to know? I think we should ask questions from
Yeah,
them.
I do, because we're basically just up here doing.
Talking to each other. We could have done that back in the back. Yeah, I know. What color is your mic?
I have one before. We're going to turn it over to them, hopefully. And I do have a question.
Yes.
Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. Is that all you, or was that written?
It was Kevin. I wish he could take credit. I wish he could take credit for it, but it was Kevin. He wrote Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. It was in the script. And yeah, a lot of this stuff.
I named my daughter Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. And now I don't feel good.
No, you didn't. But I've met people who name their cats or dogs Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. But you didn't really name your kid that. You couldn't. You couldn't put on the birth certificate Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. Well, I can see it being a nickname. I don't think it's a real name, right? You couldn't do that to her.
It'd be much creepier to get a nickname.
That's true. If you called your daughter Boo Boo Kitty Fuck as a nickname, it would be awkward.
It's legal. It's on the birth certificate. It's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, don't leave! It's gonna get better, I swear!
Really? Oh, he didn't have a ticket. They just checked. He's like, oh, you're at the teachers' convention upstairs.
So, the last 20 minutes.
What happened?
Come back for the last 20 minutes.
Oh, man, guys, that's a lot of
Oh,
pressure.
yeah, exactly. They're like, we don't want to hear the talking. We want to see this.
No talking, more sucking.
I don't know if I'd get hard up here if you really did that.
Oh, I've got.
I was watching, I don't think I could get an erection. Do you think you could, for real?
I have one now.
Wait, that's hidden. I'm saying if you had to pull it out in front of everybody.
Yeah, I just lost it.
You would lose it, yeah. All right, who wants to ask first question?
Who would like to ask the first
A
who wants
question,
to cherry
if
pop
any.
this thing? All right.
Maybe no one wants to ask a question.
No, this young gentleman here. Man, I feel
The
bad for
oldest
all-
man here
I
in
feel
the
bad for all the
crowd.
stuff I've said already. But let's try to stay out of the camera here. All right, sir, what would you like to ask Mr. Jason Mewes here?
Who came up with Poop Shoot?
Poop shoot. You know, over the years with the movies and the script, I think Kevin, a lot of it is stuff that I had said that Kevin had written down. But Poop Shoot, like the internet thing, Kevin came up with that. I'd say the more creative things like Boo Boo Kitty Fuck, the Fuck Song, poopshoot.com, Kevin had come up with all that cool stuff. But like I'll fuck anything that moves and like snooch and the smoking weed, drinking beers. I used to say that, but I didn't. He actually put it into the song in Clerks, like the noinch, smoking weed. He actually put it in the song, but I used to run around and be like, yo man, let's smoke some weed and drink some beers and stupid stuff like that. So I can't take credit for Poop Shoot and Boo Boo Kitty, the more creative things, but. Some of the stuff is ad-lib or stuff that I've said over the years, especially in Clerks, because all that stuff written in Clerks was stuff that was actually like him and I hanging out. If you would look on our YouTube channel, Kevin put up a video of him and I when I was 15, he was 18, and we were driving back from...
It wasn't legal.
It was barely legal. That wasn't. But we were driving home and just I was really obnoxious, more obnoxious than I am now. But it's pretty funny to watch when you guys get a chance to go to our YouTube channel. But anyway, my point in telling you that is a lot of this stuff you'll see in that video. Even a lot of that stuff was even before we shot Clerks. Was stuff that like we'd be driving and I would just yell shit out the window and just him and I would interact and I would say stupid shit. So when he wrote the script, he wrote that character based off me and how I really acted and stuff, the Jay character. Except for I used to smoke a lot of weed. I didn't sell weed ever. That was made up. I never, he's never been quiet. That was actually supposed to be another character. Kevin was gonna play Dante in Clerks. The character Dante is sort of based off Kevin, but then Kevin realized that he really wanted to focus on the acting and the dialogue, and like he wanted to direct and be able to focus on everything being shot. So he was like, how am I going to be able to get up there and memorize all that dialogue and try to pay attention to everyone else acting and stuff? So he's like, but I want to be in the movie still. So he's like, oh, I know, I'll be Silent Bob. This way I don't have to memorize any dialogue, and I can still be in the movie. And that really was supposed to be for his friend Mike Bellicose. So anyway, I don't know. That's a little interesting tidbit, I think. So there you have it. That all came from Poop Shoot.
It's like,
There you have it.
Poop Shoot. Explain.
I see a young lady back there, bro.
Bro. Oh, she's wearing a mask. She doesn't want her identity known.
Yes,
She's like, I like Jason Mewes, I just don't want anybody else to know.
What was it like working with Degrassi?
It was fun. It was, you know what, Kevin and I, again, going back to that, to Kevin and I hanging out, and Kevin worked at that quick stop in Clerks. Kevin really worked at that store for years and years, and I used to go in there on Sundays and help him put together in New Jersey, and I don't know, maybe here you have it, but the Sunday paper is like layers and layers of like ads and all this other crap and coupons. So I used to help him on Sunday morning. It had to be made by like 5:30 in the morning. You'd have to put all the papers together, and they'd have to be, you know, all put together and ready for when the store opened. Anyway, I was the only person that would get up at 5:30 and go with him to the store, and he would pay me a few dollars, and he'd let me eat all the food and shit at the store. But anyway, we used to sit and watch Degrassi, the old Degrassi, not Next Generation, but we used to watch the Degrassi. This is 92 or whatever, 91, and Silver Spoons. Here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons.
The train.
Yes.
I always wanted one of those trains.
Right? You always wanted a train in the house, and a father who built toys, and a bed, the bed that was made of the fucking car. Oh yeah.
I mean, it was like one of those, like, hey, look, kids, that we'll never have.
It was a dream that we'll never have. So we used to watch Degrassi, and what I'm getting to is, so yes, when I got to be on Degrassi, I mean, it was, even though it was the Next Generation, it was different, it was still amazing, because we were at school, and then, you know, Joey Jeremiah and Snake and the whole crew was, we got to meet everybody, and I don't know, it was pretty cool to years and years later get to be up there, be in the school that I got to hang out in, and then actually be on the show. So it was cool, very exciting for me. It's like a dream come true. Here we are, face to face.
Serenading me. Okay, folks, what's next? Who's got the best question though? Who's got like?
Whoa, are you saying her question wasn't fucking good?
No, that was a great question. But like I said, we got to one up them each time.
Yes, true.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that sucks. No, what is it?
I'm curious about Kevin Smith's directorial style. From the viewpoint of you as an actor, how much direction he gives and how much of that is just you knowing the character or improvising?
For me, I would say in Clerks and in Mallrats, there was a lot of directing. Like, I was super nervous. I'd never done it before, and it wasn't a plan of mine, you know, especially Clerks. He was like, hey, I wrote the script, we're gonna shoot it, and I didn't really get it. I was like, yeah, whatever, and I roofed at the time. And then I remember him giving me the script, and I just like read it, and I put it to the side. And then he's like, hey man, you have your script memorized because we're gonna start shooting. And even then I was like, oh cool, he's gonna get the big VHS fucking shoulder cam, and we're gonna shoot a movie with a bunch of friends, it'll be fun. And then like I went to New York, and he got like a professional camera, and they had sound equipment and lights, and anyway, but when we actually started shooting, like I just was super nervous, and he would yell at me, and not really yell at me, but he'd be, come on, you can do it, it's you playing yourself. So I'd say in the beginning, for my character, he'd give me a lot of direction just because, I don't know, it was weird, even though, like I said earlier, that a lot of it was stuff that he had wrote down that I've already said and used to act like that character person anyway. But when it came to me being on camera and being like, go, like it just made me nervous. And so I don't know, in the beginning he did a lot of directing, like he would tell me, this is something he does, which I don't know if I've ever told him. But it might sound goofy, me telling you guys, because it might not make sense, but sometimes like if it's like, hey, I want to kick his ass. Like if I said it like, I'm going to kick his ass, he'd be like, no, be like this, I'm gonna kick his ass. So it's this weird thing, so that he'd be like, I'm gonna kick his ass. So he would do that to me a lot, because I don't know. But now, like after Chasing Amy and By Dogma and Jay and Bob, now it's just like I've done it enough that I know the character. But him direct, I mean, he really does focus more when he directs a movie on the characters and their performance and all that. As you know, he says it himself, he's not a big visual person. He's not moving the camera all over the place and all that. It's more, for him, it's more about the performance of the actors and telling the story and stuff like that. So, I don't know, I feel like he's really that, like a, you know, character performance director more so than visuals. But he's great. He's fun. It's fun there. Don't leave. It's gonna get better. I'm kidding.
No, yeah, he's kidding. We're about at 20-minute mark. So. I got
What the fuck you saying, cuz? No, go ahead, ask. 12 inches. You?
No,
That's
well,
big.
maybe twice.
Yeah, exactly. Stacking on top of one another.
Girth.
What's your question, sweetie?
And it's Pod Pure Evil.
What about it?
I love that show.
I do too.
What did you do with it?
What did I do to it? I said, fuck this. No, I'm really, you know, I'm bummed because I forget, you know, I'm in it a small portion, but I really do enjoy it. It's such a fun show. It's fun for me to be on it. So I really dig, you know, going there and shooting and the whole hanging out with everyone. Everyone's really cool. But watching it, the show itself is really fun to watch. It's a fun show. And I don't know, I guess the third season, even though it started, it was getting really a lot of, you know, they got nominated for 8 Geminis and it won a Gemini and it was seemed to be doing super well, but I guess it was just really expensive. So, you know, I guess the studios, Sci-Fi Channel, whatever, has to go through and pick a certain amount of shows they're going to be able to do, and I don't know, what I was told is that they just were like, hey, it's too expensive for us to do this. We can do these 2 shows or this 1 show. So, but the good news is you know, the second season there was like that cliffhanger, and they said they had 6 episodes written for the third season to start finishing up the story and telling a new story. But they're going to finish it up and wrap it up in an animated Todd and the Book of Pure Evil movie. So there will be an animated movie that will end up this storyline and tell, you know, finish that thing. So it is a bummer though. I really thought it was going to get picked up with all that.
It was a cool show that was almost too dark, even though there's positive things about it. It's evil. Oh, it's Satan.
No,
On their
it's
television.
right, yeah.
Yeah, like they have pentagrams in it.
Yeah.
They don't uncomfortable.
No, it's yeah, and they said they were sort of okay with it at first because they were like, oh, well, now we can shop it around the States, and they thought that someone would pick it up there, but again, I think it just came down to each place they brought it was like, hey, it's too expensive. So anyway, but there will be an animated movie of Todd and the Book of Pure Evil that will wrap up this series and the story and all that business. So.
Okay, next question is about what? It is.
So we have this young lady right here.
Oh wow, all the way back to the back again. Here we go. Dancing.
Exactly.
I was gonna ask, what was it like getting your face like sliced off in Feast?
Oh, Feast. You know, it wasn't bad when we were shooting, but it was a long process and it was actually a little annoying at times but again, it was worth it. But it was annoying because, like, you know, you have this stuff and it takes forever to get on there and it's all over your mouth. And then sometimes they get you set up and you're like, oh, we had to move some stuff. So we're not going to use you for like 5 more hours, which again is fine because it's, you know, it's not like it hurts or anything, but I couldn't eat. It was just real difficult to eat and smoke and suck on my fingers and stuff. And then one day they did that and it got to the end of the day and they're like, we're not even going to use you. And then taking it off it hurt a little bit, but not too much. They got to like gradually put like this fucking oil on you that burns it off and peels the glue off. So again, I'm not complaining. It takes long. I can't imagine some of the characters that have to get full body makeup and spend the whole day in it and all that stuff. But it was fun. I mean, the show, again, it was cool. I wasn't in the movie a whole bunch. I think I was there 3 days of shooting. But everyone was really cool. It was fun working with the director. He was an interesting guy. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was fun. And I got to keep the prosthetic, so that was cool. You know, I had little stuff on it and blood, little cum over here, sperm.
Sticky. What? A follow-up to that is, how's it, as many films as you've made with Kevin Smith, well, how is it a really different experience working with some of these other individuals?
Definitely. I mean, it's always really fun with Kevin, not only just because of Kevin, but because of, you know, a lot of the same people have worked on all the movies. The producer, Scott Mosier, not recently, you know, with like with Tusk and all that stuff, but all the Jay and Bob movies, it's been Scott Mosier, and then Laura Greenlee's the line producer, and a lot of the same transpo guys and script supervisor, and just a lot of this. So it's been really cool because each time we've shot, which has been like 2 years apart, like all these people spend 3 months, 4 months together, and then you don't see them for a while, and then you get to spend 4 months with them again. And I don't know, it's always fun, and working with other movies, it really depends. Everyone's been really cool. I think I've lucked out with working with some of the directors and other actors and stuff. I've never had, I don't think I've ever been on a set where it's been, you know, uncomfortable because someone's an asshole or someone's yelling or screaming. But it does get a little weird sometimes. I've done a couple independent movies where, like, you know, the director has this vision of making the movie and he's trying to direct and do his thing, but because like it's low budget and this guy over here might have given him the money, he'll be like, all right, in this scene, we're gonna throw this girl in with the big tits, all right? She's gonna sit right there, and the director will be like, well, that doesn't really make sense. These two characters are gonna talk about, you know, the end of the world. Why is she coming in with the tits? And he'll be like, doesn't matter, just throw her in. And I've dealt with that a few times, and it's just so weird, because it's just like, why? But I don't know, but again, it wasn't like, oh my God, this is so horrible to work this way, but it just gets weird. But I've lucked out, and everyone's been cool, but again, it's just, if I could shoot movies with Kevin to the end of the time or whatever, you know, it'd be sort of ideal, because again, we just have this chemistry, and not even saying playing the same characters, even on other movies and stuff, it would just be nice. And I don't know, but I've worked with some cool directors and some really, you know, I've been lucky to work with some really cool actors over the years and do different stuff. I mean, my idea really right now is I'd love to keep, there's a few characters that I would like to try to, you know, do some stuff and try to test myself. Like, I really want to play like a serial killer or something, like American Psycho type thing, Hannibal Lecter. That's sort of what I'd like to do next, where like I pull someone's arm off and I eat it or fuck it. So, but.
All right, next. Is it the best question in here? Is it?
Luck be a lady tonight. Luck, I feel like on the stage here and the lights, I feel like singing and dancing. What is it?
What was your initial reaction when Kevin said he was ready to make Clerks 3?
I don't know. I was excited because of sort of going back to that crowd. Like, if Kevin, it'd be nice to just do a movie with all those guys again, Brian and Jeff and Kevin, and I just, you know, it's definitely always even like when he was going to do Clerks 2, I know there was some concern, like, oh, you know, Clerks, everyone sort of digs, and then it's cult film, like you might mess it up, and you know, I don't know. I just felt like Kevin wouldn't do it unless he felt like the story would make sense and all that. And the same with 3. Like, honestly, I've read the script and it's really awesome, and I really hope we get to shoot it, because what happens in the script is like, it's almost like Clerks 1 and 2 put together. There's like a lot of dialogue, and there's funny, and there's some sad stuff that happens, and it's really a roller coaster ride, and it would be a really awesome way to wrap it up with the Clerks series. So I'm hoping it happens. But I don't know, honestly, whenever Kevin sometimes will joke and be like, we should make a Mallrats too, you know, Die Hard in the Mall, or we're gonna make again, to me, it's always just like, you know what, I'd be down because I know I'd have so much fun. Will people that like the movies, will they be like, what the fuck, you making a second Mallrats? It's cheesy or stupid or whatever. That could happen, but to me, it would be fun just shooting it. So even if we shot it, and, you know. But luckily, again, I think people like Clerks too and weren't offended by it and don't think so yeah, I would hope the same will happen with 3. And again, I really do think, even more so than 2, I feel like 3, it couldn't really, it's really good. I really don't think people would be disappointed, so.
Never go wrong with the donkey show.
That's true, right? Even the whole movie was just that donkey show. We're just all dancing around and shit. I mean, that dude was great. He got so into it. The Masked Actor, Buddy Menzak. Kinky Kelly, yeah.
You just mentioned
A sexy stud.
you know,
What?
you just mentioned the big film, the major part of the filmography that you've done with Kevin Smith. What is your personal favorite?
Mallrats is. Mallrats. And Mallrats, watching it is one of my favorite too, because I mean Jason Lee and just the whole comic book stuff and Stan Lee being in it, it's fun to watch, but it's also one of the, I had so much fun making that, because even though it was sort of my first movie, I want to say, because Clerks was the first movie, but again, it was a little more than I thought. Like I said, I thought it was going to be like a VHS camera and a bunch of friends. It was sort of like that. It was a bunch of friends with a real camera and sound. But I really wasn't prepared. Like, again, I would go back to work roofing each day. Like, I'd work all day, and then I'd go home and rest, and then I'd shoot at night with Kevin. But I really wasn't into the whole thing. Like, I was super nervous on camera, and I would sort of dread it, and I'd get really drunk so I could go. We had, like, a couple days I had to get sent home because I, like, passed out in the video store because I was so drunk. Just because I'd get so nervous. For some reason, as soon as I got on the camera, I would be like, it made me really nervous. So I didn't really enjoy it. And then after the movie was over, I went back to roofing, and they went to Sundance and did the thing, but I didn't even know what they were doing. Like, I didn't get the concept of like, hey, we can make a movie and possibly it could go to this film festival and someone might see it and like it and it can be bought. So I just went back to my life and they did their thing. But Mallrats, like, we went out, it was a studio movie, and we were staying in a hotel, and everyone would hang out afterwards, and I got to meet Stan Lee and work with Shannon Doherty and all that stuff. So it was just so surreal to me, and I had so much fun because I was single and I didn't get into drugs into a bad way, so I was just drinking and smoking weed, and I was having lots of sex. It was pretty amazing. And it was fun making the movies. I got to name one of the stores after myself and dress up with the sock full of quarters. I mean, it was a blast. It really was. So I'll never forget. It was so surreal making the movie, and then so it was cool. So, and I enjoy watching it too, with the worker thing and the whole idea of it. Like, it's cool.
I think
Hey, shut that kid up!
I think we all love. It's one of my most quoted films, Western. I mean, it's just like every day or every couple times a day, there's some sort of quote in that film that just pops in your head that you relate along with something that happens. All right, who's next? Let's go over here because I don't want to walk very far. I will next time.
What happened? Why were you not in Red State? I mean, you put it.
Why wasn't I in Red State? You know why? Because Kevin, for one, he was going to put me in as one of the cops for a minute. I don't know. I think he was really afraid of, because he was doing something different, and it was totally different than what he's ever done. He was too afraid of putting me in there and people getting distracted, being like, "There's Jay from Jay and Silent Bob," and it would distract people from him making this way different movie, and it made sense to me, and I agreed with them. So, and the same with Tusk. We just did Tusk. And again, he was going to throw me in it, but he's like, "Man, I'm just worried." But it was cool because I was on the whole set with him the whole time. I was producer on it, and I got to shoot the behind the scenes the whole time and do something different. And same with Krampus. I'm not going to be in Krampus, but I'm going to direct one of the episodes. It's like 5 stories in the one movie, and so it's just cool. It's just that Kevin feels, and I sort of get it. You know what I mean? I don't know. So, because Zach and Miri, I know he threw me in that, but that still was a comedy. So it was like, even if people were like, "There's Lester, the molester," or whatever, but it's still like, so yeah, so that's why I wasn't in Red State.
Well, a follow-up question to that is you made mention that Kevin was afraid that they would see Jay and Silent Bob make that connection, be distracted. do you embrace being Jay? It's almost like our generation's Cheech and Chong to an extent. And do you feel that the mythology of Jay in the film is different? You know, obviously it's different than Jason Mewes, the man. But it follows you around where people
I
expect
like that you
you to
call
be
me
that
a
kid.
man. I don't feel like a man. I still feel like a boy and shit. But what do you mean? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Do I feel like...
Where everybody expects Cheech Marin to be the
Typecast.
pothead they see in the show.
Yeah, yeah.
They expect that stereotype or that character.
Are you saying in business or in life? Like, do you
Life,
feel
like you come to this, you're doing the convention here.
And people are like, Jay, snooch to the nooch. Do I mind it? No, I don't mind it at all. I mean, it's great. I mean, you know, over the years, it's, look, people, even this room being, all the people in here right now watching, to me, even 20 years later, is flattering. And it's nice that people are here to listen to my bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, to me, it's amazing. It's like, again, I didn't plan on acting, and I didn't plan on, even after Clerks, I didn't plan on it. I went back to roofing, and you know, it was poor and all that shit, and here it is 20 years later, I live in LA, and I'm here, and people still come see me. It's like, you know, we haven't done a movie in I don't know, how long has it been now? What was our last one? Clerks 2? No, well, I know I've done noobs in other movies, but if people are here for Jay, I'm saying even the Jay characters, like we still do the podcast and all that, it's just flattering, and I feel blessed and very lucky that people still listen to our podcast and still like Jay and Bob. I mean, that we were just at Sundance, and it's literally been 20 years since we did the first movie, and that's insane to me. You know what I mean? Even like we got the young bucks still now watching the movies. I mean, it's awesome. So
It's like Cheech and Chong, you gotta pass it down.
yeah, it's pretty fantastic, man. It's like for
Blazing
real.
Saddles is just as funny today as it was when it
Some get a kick from cocaine. Right? That's my favorite part of that movie. No. But yeah, so that's it, man. I mean, I guess, like you said, I embrace it. I mean, I love it, and again, I do feel blessed, and it's awesome.
You ever say, damn it, I wish I was still roofing?
No, hell no. Roofing, man, I'm so, it was such a shitty job. It sucked. It was a hard job. I'd say the only benefit is I always tell my wife this, I'm like, now it's like I feel soft. Like even, you know what I mean, unless I start going to the gym and like being active, which I go through periods, and then there's periods where I sit around for 5 months doing nothing but playing video games and eating and shit, and smoking pole. But then when I roofed, even though it was a shitty job because I like carried 90 pounds of rubber up roofs and shit, I was solid. So that was the only benefit of it, I would say. It was like working out every day, but didn't have to go to the gym.
There's nothing good about it.
There's nothing good about it. And it was in Jersey, so it was cold, and it was hot, humid. So, no fun. I feel, I like what I do now.
I promise to walk further this time. I don't want to, we're going to go all the way to the back.
Horror has found a new home.
What did you think of Bitten?
What I think of Bitten, it was fun. It was fun to make. It was, you know, I think people have seen it. It was interesting because we made it and it didn't come out, or I didn't hear anything about it for a while. And then it came out on Netflix, and especially coming to these conventions in the past couple of years, it's like, it seems like people have seen it and they seem to dig it. So, I mean, you know, I had fun. It was something different. It was a different character. And like I said earlier, it's like I don't always love all the movies and necessarily the scripts that I read, and some of the movies I do, but some of the movies, like it'll be like, you get to play this guy who never played an EMT who falls in love with this chick and gets to do this and this, and I'm like, wow, this is way different, and I want to try this different character. So it was fun. It was something something different, and I had fun on it. The director was awesome. His name is Harvey. I still keep in contact with them, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel it seems like people seem to either dig it or hate it, which I guess is every movie, but I don't know, all the movies that I've done. Someone earlier came by and was telling me they love RSVP and Nether Beast Incorporated, which to me, it's like, again, those movies I made, and then I didn't see or hear anything about them for years, and then all of a sudden they were like on Netflix. I'm like popping through Netflix, and then people are like, yeah, I saw that movie, I saw that movie. Again, some of these movies I dig them because I get to try something different and do different characters and stuff, so.
Excellent. All right, next.
Tripper was blessed. Yeah.
All right, all right.
Yeah. Well, Arquette was awesome. I mean, that was good. I got to get my hand cut off and just got to touch that girl's pee-pee. What?
In Clerks 2, the wild horses scene.
Yes.
Whose idea was that? And is there going to be something like that in Clerks 3?
I don't know. There's not going to be there's something, yeah, I don't want to say it's like that in Clerks 3, but there's, I guess, something happens similar that there's going to be nakedness going on, I'll say that. That's right, Kevin was telling me, he's like, bro, you better start working out or something. And I was like, no. But that was his, again, it was his idea, but it was something that, it was funny because I swear it was probably maybe 6 months before that, I had just found that song, because I know he knew the song from Silence of the Lambs and stuff, but I never knew who sung it. I finally tracked down, which is the greatness of, the internet now. So you can put in just like, I'm crying, and it somehow will track back to Q Lazarus, Goodbye Horses. So I found the song, and I got in Kevin's car one day and I started playing for him and shit, and I talked and was being obnoxious and stuff, and then he winded up like writing it in the movie. So it's same thing, same with like just walking out and with my balls out in Zach and Miri. Like when I used to stay at his house and shit, I'd come out, and if I knew like no one was home with him, because he was a good wife and his kid, I'd like come out and shit and be naked and like, dude, what's going on, bro? What's up? And then he would like he would ignore me, won't look down, and like, nothing's up, dude. And he'll like turn around and leave, like trying to ignore that I'm there. Or like the drop in that with my balls hanging out. So this is all obnoxious shit that I do, like when we're hanging out and stuff, and then he winds up writing it in, which is awesome, so.
Next. All right.
So I was gonna pick, and I keep forgetting he's the picker. You can pick picker.
You can pick next time.
Why not?
At the last Days of the Dead show, I went to the Danny Trejo, and he said that you and him have been working together. And check out the picture, the very last picture at the signing desk, and when you get to that point, it's you naked.
He had it at the end of his desk.
So my question is, are you guys really working on something together, or?
We've been, him and I have worked on a few things together. I think we've been in like 4 movies together, 5 movies together, and we were working on this show that we tried to, it was more of a web series, and we're still working on it. We're trying to get it to some more money together to shoot some more. But yeah, we work on stuff a bunch. We have the same agent actually. And we've been buddies for a while, since the first movie. First movie we did together, and I met Danny, was something, what was it called? The American Pie movie, or American movie. It was like Sex in the Pen. It was where me and Cliff Collins, we played like Sex in the City, the 4 girls, but we were in the penitentiary. So like, and I did the narration, like, and Jessica Parker's like, hey, when you meet a boy in New York and you suck his dick, like we did narration, but we were all in the pen, we had jumpsuits and shit, and it was fun. But anyway, Danny was in that, and that's where I met him. It was years and years ago, but we've worked on a bunch of stuff together, and there's a few little things that we're trying to get together, so. He's a good dude. What's up, bro? I'll pick you way in the back, cuz.
Really?
So you don't have to move through the camera.
Oh, all right. We're good.
Oh, we get to give him the mic. I can hear him. It's like the room's so big.
Why would you need me?
No one said I did, man. This is on. Shit, I didn't mean that. I didn't say that. I'm kidding, man.
What's the best joke or prank that's been played during one of the cast members?
I wish
It's out about movies.
There's never any pranks or any fun things that go on, honestly, that I can ever recall. And I wish I did, because I've been asked that question a few times, but I don't feel like we prank prank and do stuff besides maybe, again, me like walking in Ben's trailer and my prick out and shit. I'm like, what's up, Ben? It's your turn's up and shit. So just stupid stuff like that, but nothing ever really like, you know, I'm not into pranks like, you know, fucking tacks on the seat or balloons filled with piss or something. Like, I don't know, I'm not into those types of pranks, if you will. But I wish I've heard that there's some people who do some, like I wish I could come up with a creative prank that didn't have to do with piss or shit. That's where my mind goes right away. I'm like, if I was to do a prank, it would be like, you wake up and my balls are on your forehead and we take a picture and I'm like, but I wish I'm going to come up with something and I'm going to figure out something, because I'm sure something has happened over the years, but it just doesn't pop out. You have something to say? Are you mad at that I said I didn't need you? I'm sorry.
I thought we had something special.
We do, I'm kidding. You're being very helpful. Go over there and pick someone. I got a fart. Should I fart on the mic? Would that be gross? That was disgusting. But thank you very much. I had to. How could I pass up that opportunity? That was.
Anybody got any hand sanitizer? I'm gonna use that thing later.
Come on, I have like 3 pairs of underpants on.
And they say you're not.
My tampon's on and shit. Yes, I do. I have see that. I have some wiping paper, some rolling papers. What's up? I know that was gross, but I had to.
Realize it's already on YouTube. It's already up right now. You can see like 5 people out there. It's already up. That's where you're gonna be.
I should have moved.
Like I see guys that farted on YouTube.
That would be awesome. Like 5 million hits. Ass goes. What that asshole say?
2.5 hours on nothing but flatulence.
Yes. I should have got a different position because because I was standing up and I went like this. Like my cheeks were like. Like if I was on my back and like spread, it would have like.
All right.
I heard yours are like this though.
Smells like petroleum jelly and lilac.
All right, enough ass talk. Next.
All right.
Now, Jason.
Yes.
Jay is iconic. Have you ever woken up and had that like oh shit moment, like I'm a fucking pop star?
Pop star.
I mean, I don't. It's not just a normal character. Like you're.
I know what you're saying, but I get what you're saying. But the same as earlier, I honestly don't ever wake up and feel that I'm a pop star ever. But even like, I don't know, I don't wake up and see myself as like, yeah, but I do wake up every so often, at least, I'd say once a week, even when someone like on Twitter says something really nice, it's still surreal to me. I don't want to say I wake up and I'm like, yeah, I'm a pop star. I love that. Pop star seems weird. I feel like only singers are pop stars, right? Maybe soon I'd like to start singing. That'd be awesome, right? In like 5 years, if you saw me up and shit, and I was like part of a new band, NSYNC. Yeah, it's all fart music. It's like, and then I rap over it and shit. I'm like, farting, fucking, sucking, fucking, yeah. No. Anyway, but I don't really wake up and it's surreal to me to this day still. Because again, to me it just seems like I fart on the mic and it's disgusting. But thank goodness people are here still to listen to me fart, and that's pretty amazing. And I do feel blessed, especially because I've been like really fucked up on drugs and done stupid shit, and I don't know, it's nice that people are here and stick by and stuff. So thanks to everyone here for real. So even though I'm farting, luckily it didn't smell. Well, we think. Did it? You were close enough. Yeah.
I'm a professional.
You're a professional, you know.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why it's the VIP section.
Hey, folks, if you'd like to have width of this microphone will be at the table later tonight.
Yes, come to my table if you have not been to my table later, because I do fart at my table, so it sort of sticks around and hangs out. But, are we done already?
Do you have any
Are you
questions?
trying to get rid of me?
No.
Has it been an hour though, for real?
I don't know. I don't have a watch.
You made it seem like we were done, because you're like, everyone, go to his table.
The narrator there. Who's got
So, what
questions?
time is it?
Who's got questions? Somebody. Anybody?
Okay, I'm not done. Okay, cool.
You got like 10 minutes. You're good.
Oh, good. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
The Jay and Silent Bob Super Groovy cartoon movie. When's it coming out on DVD? And are you doing a sequel?
We are, it's coming out, it was supposed to be out this month, but the good news, which isn't a bad thing, it's a bad thing because we have to wait, but the good news is we were going to put it on a DVD and VOD, and then we started getting interest from other parties, like other channels and Netflix and stuff like that, so now we have to like render and do all this stuff. So now it's going to be out definitely, maybe before, but no later than June. Like it's definitely going to be June, but possibly beforehand, which hopefully it will be. And as for a sequel, yes, I got the script upstairs. This guy's been helping me. I came up with all these ideas, and he's threw in a few ideas. And then him and I sat, and he wrote it out. He knows how to do the format of writing. And it's actually really funny. I want to go show it to Kevin, have Kevin tweak it, and then yeah, hopefully if he likes it and everything comes together, we'll start animating and doing the voiceovers, and we'll have another one coming out soon. And even if not, if we decide not to do that, I was telling Kevin that I really want to, at the very least, like reading this second script, I was like, man, I like piecing it when I read it, you know, like I read like whatever, 30 pages with all the ideas we came up with, and I like had to do something, and I came back and I'm like, fuck, even if we broke this movie up, it could be like the adventures of Jay and Bob fighting robots in disguise. Like just stupid, they're so goofy, like the storyline that we have going and all the little adventures, that I'm like, fuck, we can maybe make it, you know, like smaller cartoons and stuff. But we're definitely gonna have a second movie, or we're gonna have, we're gonna start putting out a few little mini movies. Something will be out though. We're gonna stick with the cartoon is my plan. Yeah, we're gonna keep animating the Jay and Bob with the Romantic Chronic.
And the fart.
The story of Jay and Bob meet the fart master. I have to fart again, I think. Once was enough though. No, let's go. What's inside?
Next question.
What if I shit myself up here? What if I was like, everyone, I have to fart again?
You might have.
And then I shit, and I was like, oh! I wonder if I'd tell you, or if I would hide it. I really wonder if I would. I'd be like, I have nothing. Oh, hey.
What is your favorite band or musician?
Band that I listen to right now? Music right now. I'm listening. You know, it really depends. I feel like I have my different music for different times. Excuse me. When I'm in the car, it's like I feel like I listen to more like reggae dance hall stuff. And then I like so much different music. King Diamond I listen to on the plane. For some reason I only like to listen to King Diamond on the plane. It's sort of like cool, chills me out on the plane. Like if we start rumbling and there's turbulence, I'm like, it's alright, Grandma! Yeah, I don't know why I feel okay with it. And then like if I'm working out, I'll listen to like Slayer or fucking Metallica or whatever. And then I like so much different stuff. I really do. I have like a mixtape on my iPad. Dude, fucking, I've been waiting on you, cuz. You missed me farting on the microphone. And it was awesome. This is, but that's all. I have a bunch of different music though. But I would say my all-time favorite always would be King Diamond. Like I feel like I'll never, even if like I'm in the phase of like the Beatles today, because I'm like chilling and hey, but it'd always be King Diamond. But yeah, dude. So we're at the last 20 minutes. I decided I'm just gonna blow. I was gonna blow him, but now that you're here, it's gonna be 20 minutes. Is this? How long do you think you last?
With your mouth, fucking 2 2 seconds. Sorry.
So, keep diving.
I got a question.
Yes.
I heard a rumor, and I've seen pictures.
Don't leave it. What?
To prove it.
What?
On the internet.
What is
that?
that?
Every time you go to, you have to go to Walmart.
Every time I go,
Every time you go to, you have to check out the Walmart.
whenever I go to places, I do go to, well, every time I go anywhere, I usually make a trip to Walmart because I have to get a fan. I can't see without a fan, like I call it a whoopee.
Moving fan, not like a fan. You can't. Oh, he gets a couple.
Yeah, like a box fan, a circular fan. I need it for the noise to help sleep. And then I usually get a couple candles just in case I'm farting and I have guests over. You know, they'll come over and be like, "What's up, bro? What are you watching?" And then we watch movies on there. But yeah, I usually do make a trip to the store. It's part of my like routine, I would say. Would that be it, a routine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Session.
Yes, my
Like,
OCD.
I'm going to see every Walmart person.
Yes, it doesn't have to be Walmart though. It can be like a Target. As long as they sell fans, candles, panties. Sometimes I have to get some new panties because socks, BB guns are always a plus. If we can get BB guns, that's fine. Or crossbows. So I do make a trip to a store, I would say, every time. So, anyone have a question for this young man? You're gonna be back, you're gonna be up here. I'm upset because you're gonna be up here doing a panel with some other people, which isn't cool, bro.
Really famous people.
See, I get it, but I still thought you would still be part of my show, but no.
No, you don't want to. Anyways, dude, you want to come to my panel? I swear, you can answer my questions for me. I would fucking love it.
I'll just stand behind you, well, his birthday happened last month.
No, that'd be awesome because some of the same questions, like, hey, what was your favorite kill? And like you just make it up. Would be amazing.
Is that some of the questions you get? What is your favorite kill?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a good thing to be asked and I get the answer. I don't have a kill though. I don't get to kill anybody.
How you gonna be on the panel? No, he's gonna do mine. He's gonna answer.
No, I'm gonna answer for him. So I'm like, his favorite kill was when he killed that rabbit with the tweezers.
I swear, please. And the thing is, like, all these shows with Jason and I, we usually bomb each other's like Q&As, just so I love Jason to death. Like, he'll come into mine. Like, we did one. Remember the Friday one that you came up and like joined the panel? It was like one other Jason that we joined up on the stage, and like he kept heckling the entire time. Just fucking come on stage. Just join us. So he joined us, and the question was like, so like, how many of you guys got to wear the sack on your head? And then they go, 2 of us, because the 2 Jasons out of the 3. And then Mewes is there. I go, technically 3 Jasons have had sacks on their face. And Jay, God, he was killing me. So fucking funny. So we have a tradition. We fuck with each other. I love it.
I wanted you to come sooner, but this is good. I'm happy you came. I thought you were gonna bail me. Didn't I tell you he was gonna come? And you tried to force him out, bro.
Hey, this is my 15 minutes of whatever.
That's true, right? He's like, yeah.
Well, it's fame now.
Yeah, but see, like you said, exactly. And if you go to the other one, he's gonna be with way more pop stars, as the young man called them. Who are you gonna be with? Dee Snider?
Celebrities.
Rick James? Wait, who?
Rick James. If you could do Rick James, if you could like do an impression of Rick James the entire time, I would love it.
Fuck my couch! I'm gonna come heckle your. When is yours?
Now.
Why did they decide to?
Because you're going long.
I'm done. Am I done? Does anyone have one more question that's really important? Does anyone have a burning desire? Just kidding. Does anyone? Not everyone gets that, do they? No. Do you want me to tell you?
I didn't get it.
Do you really get it? Or you just saying that? You didn't get it?
Explain the joke, Jason.
So at AA meetings at the end, they say, before they have to wrap up, does anyone have a burning desire? Which I realize after everyone wouldn't get that. Most people probably wouldn't get that unless they go to meetings. Sorry, stupid joke. What do you got, cuz?
Hey, I've always wondered. Aww.
Oh, was it the wrong person?
I don't know. I thought it was him, right?
You said brunette.
I've always wondered in Mallrats with LaForce, is that based off somebody that you actually have went through in the malls?
No, that would be Kevin. That would be more of a question for Kevin. But if he did have to deal with someone like that, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I think there was just someone to interact with. That dude, you'll see him in a bunch of shit. He's a stunt man. He's in like The Running Man. He's in fucking a ton of movies. Yeah, he's like always playing like the security guard or like the sidekick. Not really a sidekick, but he's one of those stunt guys you see in a ton of the old 90s movies, 80s, 90s, I think. I don't know.
Did you talk about you directing yet?
Hey, I just
No,
wanted
well, yes, I did mention that I was going to be. What?
I just wanted to let Lewis know that he's on 1459.
Oh.
Of your 15 minutes.
That's secret.
Yeah. It's fun up, guys. It's
Yeah.
fun everywhere.
Guys, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Like I said, I don't feel like a pop star, but I do feel blessed that people come and see me. This young man came to see me. Thank you, everybody. And now you will see some real famous people up here. Rick James, Derek Mears, D. Snipper, and all those cats.